With the West Asia crisis, in a way, taking up all of America's attention, Ukraine has been left out to dry. It begs the question, will America abandon Taiwan like it did Ukraine? And I ask that question because the People's Republic of China looks ready to invade. By hook or by crook, it could happen as soon as 2027. If China uses military force against Taiwan, it could mean a direct war with the United States. And just how prepared is America to help Taiwan? Can the US really defend Taiwan against China? More importantly, can America fight another war? Let's just have a look at what's happening in the Taiwan Strait. On the 17th of April, that's Wednesday, the Chinese military scrambled fighter jets to shadow a US Navy plane that had publicly hyped its flight through the sensitive Taiwan Strait. Colonel Li Shi, a spokesperson for China's Eastern Theater Command, said that the Chinese forces dispatched interceptor to quote-unquote monitor and warn an American P-8A Poseidon maritime patrol aircraft. The Chinese commander said that his troops would remain on high alert to defend the country's sovereignty and security. The U.S. Navy's 7th Fleet said the P-8A Poseidon maritime patrol and reconnaissance plane, which is also used for anti-submarine missions, flew over the strait in international airspace. It said in a statement, by operating within the Taiwan Strait in accordance with international law, the United States upholds the navigational rights and freedoms of all nations. Taiwan's defense ministry confirmed that the American aircraft transited the strait from north to south and that no anomaly was detected around the island during the operation. But China clearly felt provoked by the U.S. action. Remember, China claims sovereignty over the democratically governed island nation of Taiwan, and this even though China's long-ruling Communist Party has never governed Taiwan. China claims it has jurisdiction over the Taiwan Strait as well. But Taiwan and the U.S. dispute that, saying that the Taiwan Strait is an international waterway. And the U.S. has also not maintained formal diplomatic ties with Taipei for over 4 decades. Still, Washington remains Taipei's strongest international backer as well as its main weapons supplier. But then here's why China scrambled its jets on Wednesday. The American Boeing P-8 Poseidon is an anti-submarine warfare aircraft. Reports say that it can carry conventional weapons, including laser-guided anti-ship missiles. And this is why China sent jets to shadow the American plane. But this is not the first time China has been angered by the U.S. Chinese officials have often questioned the legality of America's frequent transit through the strait. It is part of Beijing's broader complaints about what they call regular close-in reconnaissance near the Chinese coastline. The U.S. Navy last sent one through the Taiwan Strait in December, a move that drew a similar response from China. Despite China's complaints, the Pentagon uses transits through the Taiwan Strait to show resolve to its friends and foes in the region. The USS John Finn, an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, sailed through the busy waterway in March after previously doing so in January. And now U.S. military ships and aircraft transit the narrow strait at least once a month. As for will a war break out in Taiwan? All signs might be pointing towards it. You see, China has never renounced the use of force to bring Taiwan under its control. Under Chinese President Xi Jinping, in fact, Beijing has amassed ships, planes, missiles. It's all part of the largest military buildup by any country in decades. Xi, in fact, has said China must prepare for worst-case scenarios. And from where we sit, the view is not great either. China has become increasingly coercive with all of its neighbors, including the Philippines, Japan, and India. Meanwhile, the U.S. says it is strengthening deterrence in the Taiwan Strait, but it really has been whipping up tensions in the region. Apart from routinely sending ships to sail through the strait, Washington also ratcheted up tensions when the then House Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan in August 2022. It did nothing to strengthen Taiwan's defenses. What it did was stoke China's ire. And as a result, China held unprecedented military drills around the island as a show of strength. And now Chinese military activities near Taiwan have become routine with almost daily incursions into the island's airspace. What if the invasion of Taiwan comes before 2027? What if China wants to take advantage of the multiple conflicts that are taking up all of America's attention? Can America sustain another battle? The scales are not tilted in its favor. The Ukraine war has drained its weapon stockpiles. The conflicts in West Asia are taking up all its resources. In the Pacific, it has roped in Australia and the UK to build elite nuclear-powered submarines. But will they arrive quick enough to counter China? It's doubtful. The US is stretched way too thin. And Taiwan should be concerned. Further, the Biden administration's foreign policy does not quite inspire confidence. Just look at America's chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan in 2021. Look at how Ukraine has been left all alone in a way to fight a much bigger and formidable Russian army. Will Taiwan be left alone as well? To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.